Shalom, Israel. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
There you go. Your brother Yerab Maccabees back at it. Right? Mighty Captain Hezekiah, man.
Shalom, King.
Closing out the final day of Passover. And, just want to talk on something, this class, we putting up called Unleavening Your Speech. A lot of times in Israel, we have a tendency to put our foot in our mouths, and you got to remember, man, don't just say for 7 days only, oh, I'm gonna be unleavened. The purpose of you start the year with the Feast of Unleavened Bread, so you stay unleavened. You stay ready. You don't got to get ready. Right. So with that being said, let's bring out the first precept. Right.
Oh, first and foremost, we want to give all honor and glory and praise and thanks to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Right.
That's the Most High God of Israel, His only begotten Son, Jesus Christ. I want to give another shout out and shalom and double honors to all the elders from the house of David and all the elders worldwide. I want to give another shout out and shalom to all the brews out there, the brothers out there in the highways, pushing this truth, magnifying the Lord to the best of their ability. And I'm going to give another shalom and shout out to the women and children that's praying, fasting, giving alms, keeping the commandments and the faith of the Black Messiah, Yahushua Mashiach, the Lord, King of Kings.
All praises to the Father. Because there's always going to be trouble in the flesh. Always going to be trouble in the flesh. Right? Proverbs 18 and verse 21.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof.
So guess what, man? It says death and life are in the power of the tongue. We've seen it in the world. We've seen people talk down situations, de-escalate things. You probably experienced it in your life. And the same token, I've seen people talk themselves into fights, into problems, because guess what? Your words are going to lead up to actions. That's why it says, they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. You're going to just get Galatians 6 and 7. Because the scriptures tell you, man. We're going to let the scriptures speak.
Right.
Right.
It's the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Be not deceived.
So don't be deceived.
God is not mocked.
Mm-hmm.
For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
So guess what? They that love the fruit thereof, you're going to reap the fruit that you speak. If you're a brother in your camp, brother in your household, or wife in your household, right, a sister in the camp, all you do is gossip, gossip, gossip. Eventually it's going to come back, and the finger's going to be pointed at you, right? You're going to be on the hot seat. You a brother, you just, especially as a brother, you backbiting, you sowing discord. Eventually, you will be found out. Or maybe you're a brother who you exhort, always talking good on brothers and giving wise counsel. Your name in Israel will be, that's a wise brother. Right? Your name in Israel, if you're a wife, you speak life into your husband. You do the good things. Guess what? You'll be an example sister. Right? The thing is, are you going to be the good example or the bad example? Right? Let's get Psalms 34. Psalms 34 and verse 13. Right? Read that.
Psalms 34, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Keep thy tongue from evil.
Do what?
Keep thy tongue from evil.
Uh-huh.
And thy lips from speaking guile.
Let's do something real quick. Let's look up the definition of guile. Right? We're not talking about Street Fighter.
Definitely not.
All right. What is the definition of guile? Share that tab. Right? The definition of guile. Hit the C more. All right. Sly or cunning intelligence. Let's look at other definitions. Cunning, craftiness, right? Deviousness, wiles, ploys, schemes, stratagems, tricks, deception, deceit, duplicity, double dealing, treachery.
Fraud.
Look at this, man. Connivery. Right? What's the opposite? Honest. Right? So now let's go back. So when David says, keep my tongue from speaking, keep thy tongue from evil and thy lips from speaking guile, don't be a backbiting, don't be a crafty brother, don't be a fraudulent brother, don't be wicked as hell, right? Read the next verse.
Verse 14, depart from evil.
Be like Job, man, eschew evil.
And do good. Seek peace and pursue it.
So you see that, seek peace, man. A lot of times, we got a habit of, we'll see a fire is burning and you don't go grab water, you go throw some wood. Yeah, man, I think that, that brother so-and-so is going through this. You're not offering solutions. You just grab some wood. Yeah, that brother wicked as hell. Yeah. I can't stand that brother. His breath stink. I hate when he stand next to me at camp.
Damn.
Oh, he stink? Now you throwing more wood. And that's Satan. Damn. A lot of times we got to have that spirit of, you can acknowledge things, but always seek a solution. Seek peace and pursue it.
That's right.
Oh, that brother's going off? Oh, man, what can we do to help the brother? How can we prevent this from keep going on, right? Maybe we need to hold a council. Maybe we need to do Matthew 18, speak to the brother on the one-on-one tip, right? Give me James 1:19, right? Because this is also what we got to start doing too, right? Read that.
It's the book of James, chapter 1, verse 19. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath.
So this is something, we all could practice more. Be swift to hear. You got to think about the Lord's design. He gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. Something my grandma used to always say to me. If the Lord wanted you to speak more, he gave us 2 mouths. But instead, he gave us 2 ears so we know which one to use more. Because guess what? Slow to speak, slow to wrath. Because guess what, man? People get emotional. And more than that, people don't wait to hear the whole matter. You just wait to hear something that's going to tick you off, and now you want to go off. Now you're a dynamite, a firecracker.
Can't control your spirit.
Yeah, man. And then that's going to lead to other problems. Now you speak with a brother, you get mad, you say what he says. Now the devil jumps on him. Now y'all get the brawling, right? You spank brother. Now you got to now the brother's in the hospital, man. And it don't matter who wins the fight because you both lost because Satan won. Right? Now let's get it. That was James 1:19. James 1:19. Right? I'll give you my I'll let you see the class later on if you miss anything. Go to the James 3:5 in the NLT. It's right there.
3 and 5.
NLT, right? I want this in the NLT because I like what it says. Shout out to the brother Obadiah. Help me get this class together. The man of many tongues himself. Many translations.
The mighty Obadiah.
Right,
Forget that.
Right, serving of the Most High, man.
This is the book of James, chapter 3, verse 5, NLT. In the same way, the tongue is a small thing that makes grand speeches.
Now I want you to think about this. Your tongue is a muscle, right? It's not as big as your bicep or your thighs or your chest. But your tongue does way more than your bicep, your chest or your thighs. Makes grand speeches.
It's like a weapon.
It is like a weapon. We're going to get that.
But a tiny spark can set a great forest on fire.
So you see that? That's like you ever seen those Smokey the Bear commercials?
Oh yeah, I know Smokey.
You know, a very tiny spark. It takes you to say one off thing. Just one thing. You can't control yourself at the feast day because you didn't control your bottle. All of a sudden, you say one thing. Man, Captain so-and-so is a this. Man, you start a rumor. Man, you think your wife is good? Man, your wife wicked as hell, man. She be looking at me. Oh. Now you started a great fire. Oh, because you couldn't. Let's keep it plain. Because you couldn't shut the hell up. Right? Read the next verse.
Verse 6. And the tongue is as a flame of fire.
It is a flame of fire. Read on.
It is a whole world of wickedness, corrupting your entire body. It can set your whole life on fire, for it is set on fire by hell itself.
So you see that? Now I want you to think about this. It says the tongue is a flame of fire, right? So you got to know how to use it. Fire is a very wild thing. Just like when you put a fire, you let it go, it builds and takes on its own life. You got to have that wisdom to know when to use the fire, right? Like your stove, man. Got low setting, a medium setting, a high setting. Think of it like that. You got to know when to turn off the fire. Because that's like on the stove. You let it stay on, you know, then it's the gas leak.
Oh,
you know? Have the wisdom. Why? They're corrupting your whole body, whole world of wickedness. Your own thoughts can be wicked. You might assume something, and then you set your whole life on fire. And then come to think, at the end of it all, you found out you was misinformed. Now you gotta prove yourself to your brothers again. You gotta win trust back. When all you have to do is again shut the hell up. Gather more information. A lot of times you can save yourself from a world of pain if you just be quiet, hear the whole situation, reorganize your thoughts, be slow to speak. Keep reading.
Verse 7. People can tame all kinds of animals, birds, reptiles, and fish, but no one can tame the tongue. It is restless and evil, full of deadly poison.
No one can tame the tongue, man. It's one of the hardest things in your flesh to control, your own mouth, right? It's hard to do that. It just came to my mind. Go back to the KJV. What was that with Job where he said, I made a covenant with put a seal upon my lips. Where is it? Bear with me. Bear with me. Actually, you know what I want? Just go to Job. Go to Job 2. Go to Job 2 and verse 10. Right? Let's get just Job as for an example. Right? Read that.
It's the book of Job, chapter 2, verse 10. But he said unto her, Thou speakest.
Actually, jump up to the one up. Verse 9. Verse 9.
Then said his wife unto him, Do thou still retain thy integrity? Curse God and die.
That was not wisdom. That's the deadly poison. She's telling her husband, just say F the Most High and just die. You know, she's speaking from her flesh, because a lot of times we think we so wise, right? What does the scripture say? We are lowly worms, man. And you got to remember that, right? Now read the next verse, because he rebukes her.
Verse
10. He uses his tongue in wisdom. Read on.
But he said unto her, Thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh.
Right?
What? Shall we receive good at the hand of God? And shall we not receive evil? And all this did not Job sin with his lips.
So you see that? You can sin with your lips. You can sin with your lips. You can blaspheme the Most High. With your lips, you can commit idolatry, right? Adultery, fornication. You think it's not sin when you know you got a husband and you talking to another man and you tell him, yeah, meet me at the hotel so-and-so.
Bring that bottle of Henny.
Bring the bottle of Henny.
Mhm.
I'll do a monkey double backflip. Blow my back out. You think you're not sinning with your lips? Brother, you think you're not? Don't hear me. But this is a real situation, man. We're gonna Zion's elite, man. We're gonna give it. You're gonna give it to you raw, man.
I'm cut out, edited,
right?
Yes, sir.
You know, this is something we gotta realize. You can sin with your lips. You know, if you swear to the Most High, what does it say? If you don't keep the words of your lips, you have sinned. That's Numbers 30. So if you, oh man, you know, oh brothers, I won't do it again. Oh, I swear to the Most High, you know, I'm going to be righteous. I'm never going to go off again. This, that, and the third, and then you go off. You just broke your word with the Most High. Gotta understand what's that saying in the world, man? Word is bond.
Word is bond. Right?
Go to Sirach 19. Sirach 19. And start at verse 16. We're going to be in Proverbs 18 a lot. We're going to be jumping in and out of that.
That's the book of Proverbs. Sirach, chapter 19, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
There is one that slippeth in his speech, but not from his heart.
Now, I want you to think about that. You slip in your speech, but not from your heart. Meaning, you can say something you don't mean. Or you think you don't mean. That you know you ought not have said. You know, we don't got to give an example of that, brother. We've all done that, right? Because read the next part.
And who is he that have not offended with his tongue?
We've all slipped with our tongue, man. We've all done it. We look in the scriptures, man. You think David didn't slip with his tongue when he looked on Bathsheba and he told his servant, "Go grab her for me," knowing that was another man's wife?
Yeah.
You know, read that, the next part.
Verse 17. Admonish thy neighbor before thou threaten him.
Right? Talk with a brother. You know, a lot of times, brothers, you know, we take it to the top, man. We ain't got no mercy for our brothers. No mercy for our brothers. Man, I'll beat you up. You don't want no hands with me. You know, you don't try to understand the brother. You don't want to correct the brother. It's just to the point. You know, what does it say, man? In Matthew 6, man, you want forgiveness, you have to give forgiveness. Part of that forgiveness is giving that brother that leeway. What did I tell you in Proverbs, man? A wise man, he winketh at ignorance. Why? To give that brother the grace. We love the grace the Most High gave us. We can't give another brother grace.
Yeah.
Right? Read on.
Read on. And not being angry, give place to the law of the Most High.
You see that? Give place to the law of the Most High. And what is that law? Can we get it real quick in Leviticus 19? Get it real quick in Leviticus 19. All right. You know, we're going to verse 17. What is the law?
You might start at verse 16.
Yeah, actually. Mm-hmm.
Verse 16, Leviticus 19. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people.
Stop the gossiping, the murmuring. Listen, man, a whole generation did not see the promised land and had to wander in the wilderness 40 years because they could not shut up the gossiping, the complaining. Right? Read on.
Neither shall you stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt anywise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am Yahweh.
This is the law. This is the law that we have to keep. And it's saying something similar. Admonish thy brother, meaning rebuke him right before thou threaten him. You know, you wicked as hell if it's just, Oh man, I knew this. I mean, you committing this? Oh man, you got to get out the camp, man. You know, you can't be around brothers, man. You gonna bring the devil in there. We're gonna bring sin. Nah, man. You don't got no mercy for the brother. You're not gonna sit down, talk with him, understand. It's not to say that yes, the brother is wrong, but how we correct people is just as important as correcting them. You know, that's like perfect example. Brother is overweight. You know, are you gonna go up to the brother? Yo, man, you
fat as hell.
Yo, man, you built like wildebeest, man. You know what's that? You ever seen that movie? What is it, The Nutty Professor? Remember when Dave Chappelle was? He was going.
Oh, he was going.
He's going in on the brother.
Yeah, he was going there.
You know, that's not what you do, man. You don't start doing fat jokes on the brother. And, oh man, oh your fat ass not gonna make it into the kingdom. No, man. Brother, you know, put a brother to the side. Yo, brothers are concerned about your health. You know, it's give them scriptures. You know, oh man, you know, yes, it's lawful, but it's not good for you. You give him Sirach 30, right? Sirach 31, right? Help the brother. You know, maybe you know you're a brother is good with exercise. Oh, you know, brother, start working out with me. You know, oh, you know, brother, here's my diet, and this, that, and the third. Because you love him. Right? That's what it means by admonish thy brother before thou threaten him. Really seek to aid a brother before you just rebuke, not even rebuke. Because at that point, you're not even giving constructive criticism. You're letting your pride and your ego, right? Because you want to cast down on the brother. That's that Pharisee spirit. Let's get Sirach 20 and verse 1. You know, because it's all about being, again, unleavened. Past the Passover. And this is what I was just talking about.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 20, verse 1. There is a reproof that is not comely. Again, some man holdeth his tongue and is wise, and he is wise.
So you see that? And that reproof is not, there's a reproof that's not comely. That's what we were just talking about. But look what it says. Some men holdeth his tongue and he is wise. Sometimes the wisest thing you can do is say nothing. That is the wisest thing you can do. You know, it's one of my favorite examples of that. The full mother Esther. She spoke her peace to Ahasuerus or King Xerxes, and she didn't say not a word more. Why? Because you know, sometimes in situations, you let another person talk him, you just give him rope. Give him enough rope to hang himself, literally in that sense. Hold your tongue and you be wise, man. Because then, you know, you gather all your facts, you get everything together, and you speak when it's time for you to speak, right? Read verse 2.
Verse 2. It is much better to reprove than to be angry secretly, and he that confesseth his fault shall be preserved from hurt.
So this is how you use your tongue, man. Confess your faults. Don't hold, you know, that angry secretly. And just another thing, man, you know, and don't be holding, you know, bitter. This is what it's really talking about. Little petty things, you know. You know, oh man, you mad at your captain. Why he always picked that brother to read, man. He never let me read.
Oh, he don't let me teach. I want to teach today.
You know, oh man, you know, you got that spirit of, you know, you got a Hollywood spirit, man. Why I'm not getting top billing? Listen, man, you ain't getting no burn because you ain't hooping.
You ain't practicing.
Right? That's it, man. You know, and is that more than that? It might be as deep as you think. You know what's crazy? A lot of times we don't think the brother might have been ready to pick you next, but your actions have now taken away your opportunity. That's something we don't really think about.
Talk about it.
Your actions, your words can take away opportunities from you. And you might have already been in consideration. Again, bringing it back to Purim. Had Haman not did all that extra stuff, oh man, I hate this dude Mordecai, man. what should I do? I should build the gallows. The king telling him, yo, what should I give the person who the king loves most? Oh man, you should give him this, that, and third. You know, even at the end. Remember, the king was on the fence whether to do what Haman said or to listen to Esther. What was the straw that broke the camel's back? Him pleading with Esther, stepping over his bounds on the king's bed, touching her and grabbing her.
Wow.
Your own speech can hurt you, but you need to confess your faults as well. These are the ways we should be using our tongue. Confess to our brothers. Confess to the Most High. Confess to ourselves. Because you know what? We tell our greatest lies to ourselves. Right? Let's get Sirach 22 and 27. 22 and 27. You got it. Right.
Sirach 22, verse 27. Who shall set a watch before my mouth, and a seal of wisdom upon my lips, that I fall not subtly by them, and that my tongue destroy me not?
So you see that? Set a watch before my mouth.
Calm.
And put a seal of wisdom upon my lips. Speak according to the law, not to your own mind. You know how to say things. Sometimes we gotta get these worldly sayings out of us, man. These worldly thoughts. Some of us, yes, we might have come from certain lifestyles. We might not know how to express ourselves, but that's what the seal of wisdom is for. So you know how to talk to people, and that's not just in your own camp, but in the world. Brothers got to go to their jobs. You got to deal with the other nations. Is the smart thing to do to tell your boss, in the middle, yo, man, I need you to go give me this report. Man, you flip the table. I ain't giving you no report, man. You're a heathen. You're a worm. You're going to serve me in the kingdom, man. You're a lowly, dirty dog, Esau.
Can't do that.
Now you can't feed your family. Now, oh, brothers, man, I got to break the Sabbath because I got to get a new job.
Yeah.
All you got to do is shut the hell up. Put a watch before your mouth. A lot of times it's as simple as before you speak, just count to 3 or something. Because you know what? Don't act off your first emotion either. Your first emotion might not be your best emotion. This is me talking from experience. First thing, oh, I can't believe that, brother. You get corrected. Brother, you're doing such and such. Man, who was this brother to tell me something? Da-da-da-da-da. You count to 3 and you think, damn, you know what? I am going the hell off. Right? Go to the NLT. Give me Proverbs 10, verse 11. We're going to read down to 13. Again, talking from experience. You got to know. Right? Read that.
Proverbs 10, verse 11, NLT. The words of the godly are a life-giving fountain.
They're a what?
They are Salakia. The words of the godly are a life-giving fountain.
So look at that, man. We talk with the elders from HODC. They give us good counsel and good wisdom. You talk over your problems with your brother. You confess. You find solutions going forward. Those are life-giving fountain. It's a life-giving fountain, man. Why? Because these are words you could drink from. Words that you could keep with you. Advice, you get good advice. Man, something you could pass on to someone else. But read on.
The words of the wicked conceal violent intentions.
Because you see that, man. If you're a wicked brother, man, you give the mightiest shalom. You breaking brothers' hands. When you salute, your heart stop.
Straight up.
But meanwhile, your words are drawn swords. As soon as that brother leaves, man, you think he's all that in a bag of chips. He ain't getting into the kingdom. Right? You're right now. Right? He ain't getting into the kingdom before me. Yeah. I'm gonna be right next to the Apostle Paul, man. I'm gonna be right next to Peter. Peter gonna be telling me, he gonna be telling me, go subdue the heathen. No, man, you might be. Don't have that spirit.
Yeah.
Right? That's why I said, be not angry secretly. Confess. And let's see why. Read the next verse.
Verse 12. Hatred stirs up quarrels.
You're gonna start fights, arguments in your household, in your camp, at work, within yourself. Read on.
But love makes up for all offenses.
Because you know what? It is as simple as, yo, brother, my bad, man. I was wild. Dap up, talk,
okay,
and go forward.
Yeah, come.
You know, it's another thing if you get corrected, you go off the next time you see brothers. And who are you to tell me what to do, man? You got that Denzel Washington in training day. King Kong ain't got nothing on me, spirit.
Hey.
The Lord's gonna cast your dumb ass down, man. Read on.
Yeah, King Kong got humbled up.
Right.
Verse 13.
I still ain't see Training Day. I don't know how.
Oh, where?
I still never seen it.
Wow. Verse 13. Wise words come from the lips of people with understanding.
And what is understanding? Knowing the laws, statutes, and commandments. Right? Knowing these precepts. And to brothers who you might say, damn, I don't know a million breakdowns, and I can't break down Daniel and Isaiah. You just knowing the law in Deuteronomy 28, just a few scriptures, act according to the scriptures and you will be someone with understanding. Because you know what? You'll understand. You don't know things. Oh, brother, oh no, I can't speak on that. You're going to be in order. You should talk to brother such and such. He knows how to break that down. And that's being humble. That's you having understanding. So don't think this is just about being able to break down 1,001 scriptures. Sometimes it's knowing when to pass the rock. That's understanding as well. Not just being able to break down, but read the next part. It's why I like the NLT.
Come on. But those lacking sense will be beaten with a rod.
This is talking, you're going to get that spiritual correction, man. You might be wondering, man, why you catching such hell in your life, man. While the Lord isn't prevailing you, right? You might see, things are working against me. Maybe you got to check how you speak. And you know what it is also? Who you're speaking to. Are you speaking to the people who used to know in the world who could lead you into idolatry? You're still talking to the brother who every time he see you, yeah, we miss you at the mosque, man. It was a good Ramadan. You're still talking to that action. You're still talking to that ex.
That's wicked.
Oh yeah, I miss when we used to meditate, and with the crystals. And...
Oh.
You're gonna be beaten with a rod, man. You're gonna fall back into things, and you're gonna get chastised. You're gonna get beaten with that rod of correction. And then it's going to be on you to have that conversation with yourself and say, I'm going the hell off, right? Let's get back to the KJV. Give me James 3 and verse 14 now. Right? Because this is what we put it 3.
Oh, you said 3:14?
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm bugging.
What you want?
No, you're right there.
James chapter 3, verse 14. But if ye have bitter envying and strife in your hearts, glory not and lie not against the truth.
So you see that? Don't lie against the truth. Don't lie against this Bible. You have to be able to admit to yourself. This is what I was talking about. It's not just unleavening your speech, it's unleavening your thoughts as well. Yeah. Where does your speech come from? Your mind, your thoughts.
Right.
So you got to be able to admit, I'm being a hater. I'm envious of, the Lord is raising up. You see the Lord is raising up another brother, and you, instead of saying, damn, maybe I should see what that brother is doing that, I could also do. A lot of time that brother, he'll gladly he'll gladly give you. You think when the Lord was raising up David, you got to think of these things. It said David went in and out of the gates in front of, in the midst of the people, and they loved him. You think David was just Someone, oh man, David, you really play that harp, man. You think David was, yeah, I know, man. I'm the best harp player in the world, man. You think David was it? Nah, just play this note, da 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 da. David's on the battlefield with his men. Yeah. David, man, that spear thrust was ill, man. You think David wasn't teaching his mighty men how he fought so they could fight like him? Yeah. So this is that envying we got to get rid of, because why? That brother you hating on will probably gladly teach you. You jealous of the brother. Oh, man, that brother got a rib and I don't. That brother probably be able, oh, man, you come to him honestly, I really want a rib, but, things aren't working good in my life. I'm struggling with a job. That brother might, oh, man, there's an opening at my job. Mm-hmm. Lie not against this truth. Don't lie to yourself. Be able to admit and know when you're suffering these things. Because that's what you are. You're suffering because you got a demon on you. Right? Read on.
Verse 15. This wisdom descendeth not from above, but is earthly, sensual, devilish.
Read that one more time.
This wisdom descendeth not from above, but is earthly, sensual, and devilish.
It don't get no plainer than that, man.
Yeah, we got to harp on this point. Sensual, emotional, right? You can't deal with emotional bruise, man. Especially in this truth, man. You gotta have tough skin.
You have to, man. This isn't what's that the woman be watching the world? Love the housewives
of New York.
Right? Are we gonna be what the real Israelites of America? No. And there's a camera on us and you go to it cuts, brother so-and-so corrected me. We about to fight. It's off, right? And this is why. Read the next verse.
Verse 16. For where envying and strife is, there is confusion in every evil work.
Now, let's not skip that last part. There is strife, there is confusion in every evil work. Because you know what? If you jealous and envious of a brother, can we get that in real quick? Give me that in 1 Samuel. Where he eyed David.
Is that 16?
I think it is 16. I want where he became his enemy. No, that's not there. Give me 1 Samuel 18 and verse 8. 18 and verse 8.
1 Samuel 18?
I went 18, that's what I wanted.
I figured it was 16 or 18. 18 verse 8.
Yes. Actually,
this is with him and Jonathan, though.
No, that's what I want right there. Start at verse 7.
Verse 7.
Start at verse 7. Actually, start at verse 6 so we get the context.
Yeah. I bet. 1 Samuel 18, verse 6. And it came to pass as they came, when David was returned from the slaughter of the Philistine, that the woman came out of all cities of Israel, singing and dancing to meet King Saul.
Now notice that. They came to meet King Saul. Read on.
With tabrets, with joy, and with instruments of music.
Right? They're doing what they're supposed. The Lord just delivered them from a great enemy. They're cheering. Read on.
And the woman answered one another as they played and said, Saul has slain his thousands, and David his 10,000.
Now, it was very well known David was a mighty man. Right? Now, Saul didn't take that moment to say, well, all praises to the Most High.
Yeah, that's my young bro right there.
Right, and that's
my young bro.
Because guess what, man? Listen, that's like if a brother at camp, if he brings it out better than me, am I supposed to say, if that's the facts, like, man, that breakdown he did was crazy. Am I supposed to do this next verse?
Verse 8, and Saul was very wroth, and the saying displeased him.
This is sensual, earthly, and devilish.
Yeah, it's hatred.
Right? Exactly. We'll read on.
And he said, they have ascribed unto David 10,000.
So look at this. He's saying this, right? So he's saying this to himself. They don't say who he said it to, but it's assumed he said it to himself. He might have said it to the dude standing next to him, right? They're on the procession and he hears it and he's like, look at this pretty boy David. He think he all that in some unleavened bread, man.
Again.
Read on.
I'm gonna read it again. They have ascribed unto David 10,000s, and to me they have ascribed but thousands. And what can he have more but the kingdom?
Right? Right. Read. And what do he say next? Oh, my bad. There it is.
And so I David from that day and forward.
Why? And then what happened after that? Every evil work. He was hunting David, threw the javelin at David. What'd that lead up to? People helped David. He killed the priest. He wound up going to a witch. Every evil work continued from the moment he looked at David and said, man, he think the tribe of Judah is above the tribe of Benjamin? He think he above me? I'm going to show him. And then from boom.
Yeah.
Saul, what does it say? Saul turns against David. Right? And just read on. Just the next verse.
Verse 10. And it came to pass on the morrow that the evil spirit from God came upon Saul, and he prophesied in the midst of the house, and David played with his hand as at other times, and there was a javelin in Saul's hand.
What did Saul do with that javelin?
And Saul cast the javelin, for he said, I will smite David even to the wall with it. And David avoided out of his presence twice.
So notice that it says twice. So that means the first time, you got to think of it. David probably was like, yo, what are you doing? Saul gets up, takes it out the wall. I'm about to kill your black ass, David. And from then it's more and more madness.
Crazy.
Right? You gotta really get into these scripts, man.
Yeah, you got vision.
You gotta envision it. It's not just saying it to say it. Right? Continuing, right? Go to the NLT, give me Proverbs 18, but give me verse 6 and 8.
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 6, NLT. Fools' words get them into constant quarrels. They are asking for a beating.
Right? That's a spiritual beating.
Mm-hmm.
You might get yourself into an actual beating.
Not for real.
Right? Because guess what, man? If you could talk to your brothers and there's truth like that, crazy. That was like he talked to David like that. What happened? Now he had to get up with some Philistines. What was his end? Saul's end was terrible. Had to fall on his own sword. Sons died.
Yeah.
You know, you talking, these are brothers in the truth. I do this. You a raging monster. What's going to happen when you meet someone in the world? You think they're going to have the same patience that your brother has for you? The Lord's going to deliver you into the hands of the enemy. Right? Read on.
Verse 7. The mouth of fools are their ruin. They trap themselves with their lips.
Now notice that you trap yourself with your lips. Why?
Verse
every idle word will be accounted for. Every idle word. That's what the Lord and that's what you can't. Brothers are gonna remember. Yeah, didn't the brother say you lying to brothers? Yeah. You know. Yeah. I'm not messing with Shorty no more. Lo and behold, you ankle deep.
Mm.
Oh yeah, man. You know, I'm not dealing with that no more. Yeah, I got over that sin. Meanwhile, you're in the midst of it. Right? Read on.
Rumors are dainty morsels. They sink deep into one's heart.
So notice that dainty meaning sweet to someone who's you a gossiper.
Mm-hmm.
You just love the what's that they say in the world? You just love getting the hottest tea, the best tea. You can't wait to hear what's going on with a brother or a sister, so you can tell the whole congregation.
That's what the females say. I got the tea.
Right? Exactly. You know, you damn what's that person? You Lois Lane, man. So soon as something happens, that's just in Israel. You can't help it, man. And the Lord, that's not a spirit the Lord is rolling with. Stay in the NLT. Now give me Proverbs 17 and 19. This is not a spirit the Lord is rolling with.
Proverbs chapter 17, verse 19.
Right? If you like stirring up quarrels and problems, read that.
Anyone who loves to quarrel loves sin.
That's all I want. Read it one more time.
Anyone who loves to quarrel loves sin.
If you love that, if you have that spirit of variance, we're gonna get the fruits of the flesh.
I want to look up the word quarrel because it's like the fourth time we came upon this, right?
Right. Oh, you in the spirit, right? What is the definition of quarrel?
Mm-hmm. Let's get it. Ooh.
Oh, good.
Quarrel.
Right. Pull a heated argument or disagreement, typically about a trivial, meaning small, issue between people who are usually on good terms.
Sound like brothers in a camp, a congregation, a body.
Right? Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Let's read some definitions. An argument, a fight, a falling out, squabble, clash, exchange, brawl, tussle, conflict, shouting match, brouhaha, uproar, commotion, war of words.
Feud.
Right? Come on, man. A tangle, a spat, ding dong. These words, right? In any case, the point being is that you got to think about, especially sisters. I want to get on you too. Don't be that person. You love to quarrel with your husband. Mm-hmm. Why you got to go to camp? You know, you get correction. Oh, you know, sister, you know, it's you know, we can't celebrate these wicked holidays. You know, I know we celebrate it in the world. You know, sister, you gonna come up to your your Israelite husband. Oh, it's Valentine's Day. It's my birthday. We can't do anything special. Do you love me? Mm-hmm. You get rebuked. Now you want to start a quarrel. Now it's, oh, you don't love me. Oh, you love God more than you love me, which I should. I don't want to talk to you. Get out of here. And then what? And what do you do after that? Now you talking to your rebound man on the side, your super simp. He's there to wipe your tears. You know, I don't want to get too crude. I feel myself about to go up on deep.
Yeah.
I was about to say something. I don't know. Let me check it. Right, give me.
Take out the dark.
Right, give me. I'm about to go over. I'm about to go on a rant. Give me Proverbs 10.
And that's it.
Give me the KJV. Give me Proverbs 10, verse 18. Y'all gotta pull me back, guys. Y'all gotta pull me back. Right, read that.
Proverbs 10, verse 18. He that hideth hatred with lying lips, and he that uttereth a slander is a fool.
So look at that. You hide hatred with lying lips. A brother, you know, he sees you've been acting funny and this, that brother comes up to you. Yo, brother, like, have I done something you offend you? Like, what's going on between us? Nah, it ain't nothing. Meanwhile, back at the ranch in your head, you can't stand this brother. So what do? You slander him. Man, that brother think he not righteous, man. He shouldn't be teaching. Man, he wicked as hell, man. You know who should be teaching? Me. I should be the leader of the camp. That head Negro in charge spirit, man. The Lord calls you a fool, right? Read the next one.
Verse 19. In the multitude of words there wanteth not sin, but he that refraineth his lips is wise.
Read the next one.
Verse 20. The tongue of the just is as choice silver.
So look at that. The tongue of the just. It's like good silver, man. We don't want that. But read on.
The heart of the wicked is little worth.
Look at that, man. The Lord says you're a fool, you're not wise, and you're not worth nothing. Read on.
The lips of the righteous feed many.
Why? Because again, we said it earlier. That one piece of good advice you give that one brother, he's gonna give to the next brother, and the next brother, and the next brother. You live on through your words and your works. But read on.
21. The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for want of wisdom.
You're gonna die a fool, wicked, evil, envious, but you're gonna die wishing you had the wisdom.
That one goes into lacking as well.
Right? Give me Proverbs 16 now. Proverbs 16 and 23.
Proverbs chapter 16, verse 23. The heart of the wise teacheth his mouth, and addeth learning to his lips.
So we were talking about earlier. You're a brother you don't understand. Guess what? You just learn more, man. And you'll learn more breakdowns, more prophecy, better understanding of the law. You know, you study with brothers. You know, you start learning the history. You know, maybe you dig not just to the Bible, you get into the actual history, get into the Hebrew, right? You start digging into, you know,
geography,
geography. You know, now you get into like maybe Josephus. You know, maybe you got a book you were supposed to be reading, you finally read it. And then boom, you're able to bring it out at camp. You're able to bring it out in the class and teach brothers. You add learning to your lips. But more than that, you teach your mouth what to say and what you shouldn't say. Right? Read on.
Verse 24. Pleasant words are as in honeycomb, sweet to the soul and health to the bones.
So look at that. Pleasant words. Listen, you might think you speaking to a brother might not meant nothing. For you, it was just you took 20 minutes out of your day to speak to a brother. That brother might have been on the fence on something. He might have been about to sin. You know, maybe that brother, man, he needed to hear those words. And it's sweet to the soul and health to the bones.
Right, and you sisters need to apply this too, especially when your man come home from a hard day of work, long day of work. He wants to hear them pleasant words. He don't want to hear no damn dragon breathing upon his neck.
Right, there you go, man. Sisters, man. Get this a quick.
You sisters ain't safe either.
Give me. Hold up. What's that in Proverbs? The continual dripping. Right? Can you get that for me? Hold on. Let me see if I see it. Right, because we just giving counsel right now, man. How to speak. Continue. Search it up. The continual dripping. Oh man, it just came to me. Oh, 27 and 15. Proverbs 27 and 15. Proverbs 27 and verse 15. Read that.
Proverbs 27, verse 15. A continual dropping and a very rainy day and a contentious woman are alike.
So you gotta think of this continual dripping. You ever your sink just won't stop. Doop, 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 doop. You want to turn it off. What woman? If you're a wife and your man just comes in, you just the same way I want to turn that faucet off.
I'm leaving the house.
You know, woman, I'm telling you, man, you don't understand. And this is why we try to express to the sisters, your power is being in order. And that's not saying, you know, you have no power, but you have the power to control the space in your home and what the energy in your home. Are you going to be that dragon in your home and now everyone's on eggshells and, you know, you don't make the day bright? Oh, you know, you a sister. Ooh, you know, oh, husband, how's your day? You just give him that space to relax. A man will open himself up. And then you have good conversation, this, that, and the third, you know. But, you know, you just want it how you want it. How you talk to me now. You can't wait to nag. That's what we was talking about. Not there's a reproof that's not coming. Know when and how to bring things up. You might look at your man and say, "Oh man, you know he's not talking to me. He's had a hard." You didn't take the time to say, "How was your day? What was going on?" He got that because you know what, man. You know this happened at work. Oh man, this happened. This, that, and the third. Now, all you have to do is ask that one question. Because I tell you what, guess what, woman? Sisters, you take care of your man, and he'll take care of he'll take care of everything else. He just needs you to take care of him. How do you do that? With your speech. That's not the only way to do it, but it's one major way to do it. Right? Back to it. Just came. What did I just call? We just read. What did we just read? Proverbs 16, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yep. Thank you. Go to Proverbs 21 now. Proverbs 21 and 3.
Proverbs 21, verse 3. To do, this is what you want, Salah?
Yep.
All right. To do justice and judgment is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice.
Now, what I'm focus on right here is to do justice in judgment, knowing how to speak, how to pass that judgment. You have to know, because this is what we have. One of the things we do, we speak when we judge, even when we out on the street. How we're doing justice and judgment. We have to know how to do it. It's more acceptable, right? And this sacrifice is talking about burnt offerings. You know, give me Proverbs 22 now in verse 1.
Proverbs 22, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold.
Because a lot of times we want to be the most loved person. You want to be the top guy. You do that by being a good person, a person that brothers can speak well of. If you're going to be an envious, backbiting brother, brothers can't trust you with their secrets. Brothers can't trust you in their houses. You know, you always causing strife and quarrel. You know, you into false doctrines, and you know, when brothers try to correct you and rebuke you, you got so many words. You're not gonna have a good name in Israel. Right? And guess what? If you don't have a good name with your camp and in the world, and that's not saying obviously we're gonna be hated of all men for the Most High's sake. But if you don't have a good name in Israel, you think you have a good report with the Father? So you want to have a good name in your camp and in the body, right? In the Marshal Allah, right? In the Yasharallah, and in Israel, you want to have a good name. Give me now Proverbs. Give me now Sirach 28. 28 and start at verse 5. We're gonna do a lot of reading on this one. Start at verse 5. We're gonna just read down, man.
Sirach, chapter 28, verse 5. If he that is but foolish nourish hatred, who will entreat for pardon of his sins?
So if you burn every bridge, who's gonna be on your side now? Right? Read on.
Want
some water?
Remember thy end and let enmity cease.
Right.
Remember corruption and death and abide in the commandments.
Read next verse.
Remember the commandments and bear no malice to thy neighbor.
This is not talking about Mr. Rogers. You just read it earlier. The neighbor is your tribe, your people, the children of Israel.
Remember the covenant of the highest and wink at ignorance.
This is heavy right here. Wink at ignorance. Understand sometimes the brother may go off and be able to forgive him and move on. Don't be a brother, you gotta, and at the end of the week, you get in your diary. Brother so-and-so really ticked me off. Can't believe he would rebuke me.
Man,
he's wicked as hell. Love his wife though.
Whoa.
You nourishing hatred, man, and envy.
Whoa.
Listen, man. Those secret sins, man, you got to be able to dead all things, man. Wink at ignorance, bear no malice, meaning evil, bear no sin against brothers. Don't be covetous. Don't be envious. Don't be murderous or hating. Right? Read on.
Verse 8. Abstain from strife, and you shall diminish thy sins.
So abstain from strife. Don't be causing fights, instigations, and all that. And you won't worry about. You won't have to worry about. You still have to worry about sin, but you'll diminish it. Those aren't going to be sins you have to worry about you committing. Read on.
For a furious man will kindle strife.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 9.
Just keep reading. Keep reading.
Verse 9. A sinful man disquieteth friends, and make debate among them that be at peace.
You're not, brother. You always got to start something and stir something up. Everybody is cool till you walk in the room and start something. Read on.
As the matter of the fire is, so it burneth. And as a man's strength is, so is his wrath.
Again, slow to speech, slow to anger. Why? Because the two go hand in hand.
And according to his riches, his anger riseth.
Now, this riches, obviously, is talking about, you can't tell a rich man nothing carnally, but this is also talking about spirit. You might have the spiritual riches, man. You so high and mighty, a brother can't tell you nothing. Brother can't correct you. We got to be mindful of that, man. We got to be humble, right? The greater thou art, the more humble thou should be. Right? Read on.
And the stronger they are which contend, the more they will be inflamed.
Mm-hmm.
And hasty contention kindleth a fire, and in hasty fighting sheddeth blood.
So you see, it all leads to? It can lead to bloodshed, man. Now a brother is gone. And guess what? What does it say? What's the law? Whoever kills with the sword will die by the sword. I'm butchering the script, but that's what it is, man. You take that brother's life. How did Paul die? Paul killed many men. How did Paul die? He died, right? He was killed, right? Read on.
Verse 12. If you blow the spark, it shall burn. If thou spit upon it, it shall be quenched. And both these come from out of the mouth.
So you see, you can inflame a situation, add the wood, or you can get the water. Dead it. Sometimes it's simple as, nah, brother, we're not doing this right now. You just end, or just say sorry, right? Read on.
Mm-hmm. Curse the whisper and double tongue, for such have destroyed many that were at peace.
Ooh, just read on. It's plain. I love this one.
A backbiting tongue have described many, and driven them from nation to nation. Strong cities have it pulled down and overthrown the houses of great men.
Aren't we in captivity? Didn't we do it? Didn't we speak great things, sinful things against the Most High, against each other? Haven't we been driven from nation to nation? Wasn't the walls of Jerusalem broken down? Weren't we overthrown? Read on.
A backbiting tongue have cast out virtuous women and deprived them of their labors.
See that?
Whoso hearkeneth unto it shall never find rest and never dwell quietly.
So you're never gonna have peace in your life because you are always stirring the pot. Right? Read on.
The stroke of the whip maketh marks in the flesh, but the stroke of the tongue breaketh the bone.
So whoever said sticks and stones can break my bone, but words can't hurt me.
Esau.
Words mean a lot, man. You guys, what it say? What was the first verse we read, man? Death and life are in the tongue. What you say to a child is going to determine how they view themselves and make their thought process, their confidence. You could build a brother up or you could destroy a brother. You can speak life into your marriage or you could destroy your marriage. You can speak life into your camp or you could be the ruin of your camp. You can speak great things. You can speak evil against the Most High and die, or you can speak the right things like the forefather Job and live. Right? Read on.
Verse 18. Many have fallen by the edge of the sword, but not so many as have fallen by the tongue.
Because everyone got a tongue, man. Not everyone is man enough to pick up a sword, man. But there'll be one brave man and 10 million cowards. And they all waited to backbite and tongue. Read on.
Well is he that is defended through the venom thereof, who have not drawn the yoke thereof, nor have been bound in her bands. For the yoke thereof is a yoke of iron, and the bands thereof are bands of brass.
So you could be a slave to your tongue, a slave to it. You can't help it. You're bound to it. You got that yoke. It got a yoke on you. Whenever you know it's time to gossip, it's time to gossip. Read on.
Verse 21. The death thereof is an evil death. The grave were better than it.
Because you're gonna. That's what that second death, man. Read on.
It shall not have rule over them that fear God, neither shall they be burned with the flame thereof. Such as forsake the Lord shall fall into it, and it shall burn in them and not be quenched.
You're gonna get that nuclear fire, man. That destruction on another level.
It shall be sent upon them as a lion and devour them as a leopard.
You see that, man? That's plain. Give me now Proverbs 28, verse 21.
KJV.
KJV.
Proverbs 28, 21.
Yes, sir.
Proverbs chapter 28, 21. To have respect of persons is not good. For a piece of bread that man will transgress.
So you see that, man? So we got to be righteous judgment. To have respect of persons means to have favoritism. Brother got to just say the right thing to you, and it's one brother sinning is you want a million. Another brother saying man, well, you know, it's no sweat. That's something us as leaders we got to be sure of, man. And in our own households, right, within ourselves, right. We got to be able to be unbiased, the word I'm looking for. Right now, give me Psalm 71 and verse 8, and we're gonna jump down to verse 24 after that.
Psalm 71, verse 8. Let my mouth be filled with thy praise.
Read on one more time.
Let my mouth be filled with thy praise and with thy honor all the day.
So we need to be praising the Most High, man. All manner of ways when I speech, right? Jump to verse 24.
Verse 24. My tongue also shall talk of thy righteousness all the day long. For they are confounded, for they are brought unto shame that seek my heart.
Because guess what? You know, you walk the walk, you talk the talk. People are gonna be confounded and brought to shame. Why? Because people are gonna see, they talking bad about you, but you doing what you're supposed to do. Man, you talking about that, brother? Man, that's a good brother, man. What are you talking about? The Lord's gonna find them out, and their own sin are gonna be a snare unto them. Right? What did it say? Your words will lead you into a trap. Right? Now give me Proverbs 8 and 8.
Proverbs 8, verse 8. Oh, the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing forward or perverse in them.
Right? So can we just get a definition of a froward and perverse? Right? Because let's see what Solomon is saying. There is nothing froward or perverse in my speech. Right? I want that right there. It's perfect.
It's perfect.
Right? Froward means willful and disobedient. So you a brother, you can't take orders. You got that spirit of you can't be, nobody can tell you nothing. Brothers say go left, why can't we go right? Look up the definition, perverse.
Perverse.
Right? Of a person or their actions showing a deliberate and obstinate desire to behave in a way that is unreasonable or unacceptable, often in spite of the consequences. So you don't give a damn that you're in sin. You know the wages of sin are death, but you're still going to do it. Your speech You know what you're saying is not wrong. You know what you're saying is prideful and envious, but you still say it. You still do it. You're being contrary, difficult, unreasonable, uncooperative, unhelpful, illogical, irrational, unreasonable. With my favorite, wrong. I don't get more plain than that. You're just wrong.
Yeah.
That's my favorite definition so far.
Wrong.
You're just wrong. Right? Give me Proverbs 12 and 17. Brothers need to see that, man. Brothers always trying to justify themselves, man. Ah, man, but if you understood it my way, you know, you're just wrong.
You're wrong, man.
Hold it down and shut up. Right? Read this.
It's the book of Proverbs 12, verse 17. He that speaketh truth showeth forth righteousness, but a false witness deceit.
So you see that? You always need to be speaking the truth. You're a false witness in any matter. You know, brothers having a disagreement, and you know the other brother you don't like is right, but because you don't like him, yeah, you know, no, that brother did do that because you envious and jealous, right? Read the next verse.
Verse 18. There is that speaketh like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health.
Read the next one.
The lip of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment.
Because you might have everyone on your side in the moment, man. And you know what? The Lord, as I like to say, man, the Lord is putting you on a mountain. He's letting you climb higher, higher, and higher, and you're gonna get pushed. Because it's just for a moment you're gonna be succeeding, right? Let me see the next verse. I don't think I want the next verse.
Verse 20.
Right, there you go.
Verse 20. Deceit is in the heart of them that imagine evil.
So it's an evil spirit. But read on.
But to the counselors of peace is joy.
So that's what you want to be. You want to be a counselor. You want to have a peace, joy in your life. It is a joyful spirit to always want to exhort brothers and keep unity. It is an evil spirit that you're disingenuous. You're a liar, covetous, envious, backbiting, gossiper. Just make it plain, man. You a hater. You just can't stand brothers. Just jealous, right? Why do you think Judas did what he did? He was envious of Christ, right? Envious of the other brothers. He couldn't just come out and say, guys, you know, I have a thieving spirit, you know, and you know, and brothers could have helped him with that. You're walking with the Lord of Lords, and you went off. Come on, guys. You gotta really chew the cut on this, right? Give me Hebrews 3 and 13. Right? He had the apostles with him. Could take counsel with John, James.
He had the King of Kings with him.
Man. This is what we should be doing, man. Read that.
This is the book of Hebrews 3, verse 13. But exhort one another daily.
Do what?
Exhort one another daily.
Give a brother his flowers, man. While it's fresh on your mind, when you can, how you can, right?
While it is called today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin.
Right? Because guess what? Because in the moment, man, it's gonna feel good. It's gonna feel good to tell that brother, I hate the back of your neck. I can't stand you. You wicked. It's gonna feel good to gossip when you see other brothers. Yeah, you feel that way too, right? Yeah. But you're being hardened, man. You're letting sin put a blinder over you. And this is what we're supposed to do. Why? Read verse 14.
Verse 14. For we are made partakers of Christ, if we hold the beginning of our confidence steadfast unto the end.
So we need to, if we are true partakers in the Hamashiach, we need to unleaven our speech, our thoughts, our actions. Don't Don't be unleavened for just 7 days. And then, is after that, you leaven. This is not just about, you can't eat a donut for a week or drink a beer or, have a pickle or, whatever, eat a sandwich, eat your favorite sandwich. This is about cleansing our spirit. It's about cleansing our spirit, right? Now give me Jude, last few, we're almost towards the end, right? Jude 1 and 22. Right, I've been bringing this one out a lot lately. Right, and you got to have discernment when you speak. Right, 22 and 23.
Jude, verse 22.
Yep.
23. And some have compassion, making a difference.
Know when to have a heart to heart with a brother. Speak good words onto him. Mm-hmm. That's like I think was it in John where Yahweh Shai says, Martha, Martha, thou art worried about many things. He didn't give her a hard rebuke. He understood. He said, he spoke soft words in her. Thou art careful and worried about many things. He just broke it down to her. Versus when Peter, grabbed him up and shook him. It won't be so. You can't die. Well, he told him, man, you get away from me, Satan. You called Peter the devil right then, right there. Let him know, yo, man, you're gonna betray me thrice when the cock crows, before the cock crows. So is that you gotta have the discernment when to give brothers some hard words, when to have compassion for brothers. Right? Read on.
And others save with fear.
That's that hard words.
Pulling them out of the fire, hating even the garment spotted by the flesh.
So you got to know when you see it. It's a difference when a brother is coming up to you, he's admitting his sins and he's struggling and he's bearing his soul onto you. That you should have compassion on the brother. Brother, I'm dealing with a porn addiction and I almost fell into it, and I need to find ways to stop this. Could you maybe put a password on my phone, this, that, and the third. That's not the time to tell the brother, well, you a freak boy, man. You need to get you a rib. What are you doing, brother? You weird as hell. Man, you're gonna drive that brother away. Now, bringing up that same is a difference if the brother, it's a feast day, and you catch the brother in the act. Then that's the time that you go in on the brother. What the hell are you doing? This, that, and the third, da 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 da. Yeah. There's a time and a place for a hard rebuke. We're not in leadership positions. We're not, the Lord has not raised us up to given us this wisdom to not have discernment. Right? Give me Ephesians 4 and verse 29. Ephesians 4 and verse 29.
Ephesians 4, verse 29.
Read to verse 32.
Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers.
So we need to speak edifying words, right? No corrupt communication. Read on.
And grieve not the Holy Spirit of God.
So you see that? It's grievous. It's hard. The Lord hates it. It's, oh, man. This brother's doing it again. You grieving the Most High, man. Read on.
Verse 40. No, where am I? Verse 40?
30.
I said. And grieve not the Holy Spirit of God, whereby ye are sealed unto the day of redemption.
You good, King.
Verse 31.
Yeah.
Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking.
And what?
And evil speaking.
You can do all that. You can be the bitter, the wrath, the anger, the clamor. You can do all that with your mouth. You can do all that with your mouth. And some. Right? Read on.
Be put away from you with all malice.
What should we do?
Be put away from you with all malice.
Read the next verse.
Verse 32. And be ye kind one to another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another, even as God for Christ's sake hath forgiven you.
And that's something we struggle with, man. Forgiveness, man. Let's get, I think, my favorite account of forgiveness, man. Let's get Genesis 50 and verse 14. You gotta think about this, man. The forefather Joseph, man, second only to Pharaoh, sold into slavery by his brothers. You gotta think about it. The Lord will test you when he raises you up. Are you gonna abuse the authority, wisdom, and power that he's given you?
Verse 14.
Start at verse 14.
Genesis 50, verse 14. And Joseph returned to Egypt, he and his brethren, and all that went up with him to bury his father after he had buried his father. And when Joseph's brethren saw that his father was dead, they said, Joseph will peradventure hate us, and will certainly requite us all the evil which we did unto him.
Right? And that's that guilt is eating us up. That's what happens a lot of times. You do something to a brother, you might, damn, this brother ain't never gonna rock with me again, man. Can't believe I said that. Can't believe I did that. He'll never forgive me. Right? Read on.
And they sent a messenger unto Joseph, saying, Thy father did command before he died, saying, So shall ye say unto Joseph, Forgive, I pray thee now, the trespass of thy brethren and their sin, for they did unto thee evil. And now we pray thee, forgive the trespass of the servants of the God of thy father. And Joseph wept when they spake unto him.
You got to think about why he wept. You think it was easy being sold into slavery by the Ishmaelites, going and being in prison, you know? And this is something, you know, he cried because, you know what, man, it takes a lot of strength to forgive, to put things to the side. You know, a lot of times we think strength is, you know, yo, I could do 50 million push-ups, man. I can do a one-arm pull-up. I can do a pull-up with my pinky toe. That's not strength, man. This is strength, being able to forgive your brothers and put it behind you, to not hold a grudge, to not let that evil spirit come upon you, to not give Satan the victory, to fight against him. Right? Go read on.
Verse 18, and his brethren also went and fell down before his face, and they said, Behold, we be thy servants. And Joseph said unto them, Fear not, for am I in the place of God? But as for you, you thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good, to bring to pass, as it is this day, to save much people alive.
So you got to be able to look at the situation in the grand scheme of things and see what has the Lord revealed unto us that we can learn from. Right? Read on. Now let's see what Joseph said to his brothers. What was his actions?
Verse 21. Now therefore, fear ye not, I will nourish you and your little ones. And he comforted them and spake kindly unto them.
Why? Because what, you know what he did? Give me Romans 12 and verse 16. I don't got this one written down, but it just came to mind. Romans 12 and verse 16. No. Verse 20. That's what I really want. That's what I wanted. Read verse 19.
Verse 19.
And read to 21.
Dearly beloved, Romans 12, verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, Vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord.
So don't have the, oh man, I can't wait to get, don't be a tit for tat brother. Right? Read on.
Verse 20. Therefore, if thy enemy hunger, feed him.
Right? This is talking about your enemy in return of your brother. Your brother becomes your enemy. You feed him. You what?
If he thirst, give him drink. For in so doing, thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head.
Because you know what? You know what that's talking about? That brother, he's gonna see, man, you know, I did what I did, man. And this brother, he forgives me and he's good to me. That guilt is gonna burn them alive, man. And it's gonna make them change. Man, you know, I did this to the brother, man. You know, when I asked him for drink, you know, brother still gave it to me, man. You know, we did all that. We had that argument, man. But the brother still drove me when I needed to be driven. You know, the brother still answered my question about the scriptures and give me breakdown. The brother's still dealing with me.
Yeah.
How can I hate this brother?
Okay.
It's gonna make you examine yourself, right? Read on.
Verse 21. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good.
You don't fight fire with fire, man. You fight it with water.
Right.
You fight it with water, right? Let's about to wrap it up soon. Give me 1 Peter now. 1 Peter 3, 8 to 12.
First Peter chapter 3, verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, be all of one mind,
So we have one mind.
having compassion one of another. Love as brethren. Be pitiful, be courteous.
Now, that's something I want to harp on because people misread this word pitiful. Pitiful meaning understand that same situation that brother is in, you could also be. Right? Because we aren't we all in the flesh? The brother standing next to me could go through the same thing I'm going through and vice versa. Right? Read on.
Verse 9. Not rendering evil for evil or railing for railing, but contrariwise blessing, knowing that ye are thereunto called, that you should inherit a blessing.
Read on.
Verse 10. For he that love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil.
Do what?
Let him refrain his tongue from evil, and his lips that they should speak no guile.
It's plain. Read on.
Let him eschew evil.
Meaning you see evil, you cast it away from you.
And do good. Let him seek peace and ensue it.
Next verse.
Verse 12. For the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers. But the face of the Lord is against them that do evil.
So think about that, man. You do evil, man. You speak evil. You do all that stuff, man. The Lord is stopping his ears to your prayer, man. He don't give a damn about it. But when you're righteous, you speak goodly words to your brothers. You do what you're supposed to do, man. When you speak and you pray to the Most High, the Lord will hear it and receive it. He might not answer it in the time you want it to be answered, but you know what, man? It passed through his ears, man. The Lord is not like man to forget. We're going back to the NOT. Give me Ephesians 4 and 4. Right, and I'm gonna have you jump down I'm gonna jump down afterwards.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 4.
Right?
NOT. For there is one body and one spirit, just as you have been called to the one glorious hope for the future.
So this is why I wanted this in NOT, because it says hope for the future. You can't keep looking in the past, man. You got to look forward. Look forward. It's all about, because guess what, man? We see these signs going on, man, but we don't know how long we're gonna be here, man. The Lord might take me out the next day and call me up. Might take this brother out. We need to be able. So we need it where I leave behind a legacy. I impart my wisdom to the next brother. I build the next brother up so he could keep the fight going. That's what this is about, the future, right? Go to verse 26.
Verse 26.
You went to the future.
Oh, yeah.
Read on, read it.
Verse 26. And don't sin by letting anger control you.
Don't let anger control your speech. I'm telling you, man, your anger, there's righteous anger and there's unrighteous anger. But a lot of times when we get angry, man, it don't be righteous, man. You know, that's like when we on the street, man, and you rebuke, you see something, and that's the time of righteous anger. Let your anger, you know, give you precepts and this, that, and the third. But don't let anger control you, because it's a fire, man. You got to have that on low. Know when to put it on high. Read on.
Don't let the sun go down while you are still angry. For anger gives a foothold to the devil.
So you got to have that discernment on that, man. Don't go to Husbands, wives, don't let the sun go down, man. Y'all angry at each other. Why? Because you're gonna just create bitterness. I can't believe he don't want to celebrate my birthday or celebrate Christmas. You just laying in your bed. I can't stand him. Now all of a sudden you and your phone is just, you know who I like? I like Mark, who buys me stuff for my birthday.
Damn.
You know? Don't let it go down angry, man. With brothers, man. Be willing to have these uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, you strong and bold enough to be angry and to be this and be that, but you're not strong enough to have an uncomfortable conversation to work towards peace. Give me first Corinthians 1 and verse 10.
KJV.
Yes, sir.
First Corinthians 1.
1 and 10.
1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 10.
Now
I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, that you all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you, but that you be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment.
Why? Because we all are trying to get the kingdom. That's what it is all about. What this world is nothing. Everything's going to be done away with. You know, why are we sitting here arguing about petty things, you know, emotions and feelings? Let's all be one body, one mind. It's plain right there. Why? Now give me my favorite precept, 1 Peter 5 and 8. 1 Peter 5 and verse 8. Because at the end of the day, you know who it is, man? It's Satan. It is Satan testing you.
1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
You don't think it's Satan in your ear? F that, brother, man. Tell him. Satan's the number one instigator, man. Yeah, let him know, man. Yeah, let him know you're not to play with, man. Let him know you a real. With the sisters, man, you think it's not Satan in your ear? Yeah, don't let him tell you what to do. You're a strong, independent woman.
Damn.
How can he order you around?
You a goddess.
Oh, man. let's not give me
that's a whole nother lesson.
Right, that's a whole nother lesson, man. Give me Proverbs. Give me Proverbs 18 and 13 in the NLT, man.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 13, NLT.
Read this. This is something we do all the time that we got to stop doing as a nation. Read.
Spouting off before listening to the facts is both shameful and foolish. Wow.
Shameful and foolish.
Wow.
You wind up putting your foot in your mouth.
Yeah.
How could you was doing this and doing that and you're going off, and you can't, and you start saying things you couldn't. You know what, man, I knew I couldn't trust you. This, that, and the third. That's why I hate your gums. That's why you're ashy and you're this and you're that, man. And then that's what you slip up, man. And a brother will go, yeah, man, and that's why I'm cheating on you. She give you the facts, and then you, oh damn, bro. What's for dinner? No going back after that, man. You can't wait to go off on brothers. Yeah, and it was this, and it was that, and I can't stand you, brothers. Da, 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 da. Then you start. Then after that, the Lord reveals your sin. And everyone, well, no one said that, and it was really about this. Then it's, well, wait, brother. So what are you talking about? Oh, no, it's nothing, brothers, man. Esau's the devil. Try to change the subject, man. Listen to all the facts. Again, we brought it up at the beginning. Slow to speak, swift to hear. The Lord gave us 2 ears, 1 mouth. Right? About to wrap it up. Right? I'm going to drop that precept. Let's get Ephesians. Let's get Ephesians 5 and verse 24. Actually, before we get that, give me Galatians, actually. Give me Galatians 5. Give me 5 and 19. Fruits of the flesh. Right? This is something we should be examining all the time. Right? Because it's something you can do with your speech. Right? Read.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in a time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God.
So this is what it's about, man. You let your speech let you lead you into these sins, you're not going to inherit the kingdom. You will not inherit the kingdom. We think what? We're going to be in our spiritual bodies in New Jerusalem, and there's going to be space for gossip, hatings, and envyings? You think Yahweh Shah wants to hear? Man, I can't stand Yahweh Shah, man. I can't believe he told me to go. He told me go check on the Moabites.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm top Israelite 101. I'm top Israelite, man. Man, I think I should be on the right hand of the Father. you think that's gonna be happening? You're not gonna get in, because the Lord's gonna see you are a backbiting, envious, murderous, idolatrous, hatred. You're gonna see all those, and you know what? Your garment's gonna be spotted by the flesh, and you're not getting in the kingdom. Right? Let's get the fruits of the Spirit. Let's see what our speech should be filled with.
But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law.
Nobody can say, oh man, your speech is too loving. No, your speech is too joyful, too peaceful. You know, you're too patient when you speak to brothers. You got too much gentleness. You're too good. Your speech is too faithful. You can't be praying that mighty. You're too meek. You know, you're too quick to listen. You know?
Yeah,
temperance. You got too much self-control over your speech. What scripture can you pull on a brother to say you shouldn't be doing that? What scripture will you pull? Right? Read verse 25.
Verse 25. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit.
One more time.
If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit.
That's right. Right? About to wrap it up, close it out. Give me Ephesians. Let's skip that one. Give me Ephesians. Actually, no, let's get it. Give me 1 Peter 3 and verse 1. 1 Peter 3 and verse 1.
KJV?
Yes, KJV.
1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
First Peter 3, verse 1. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may, without the word, be won by the conversation of the wives.
So you see that? Because you know what? You may be going through it with your husband, man. You might not even need the word. You know what? Because you know what? You're embodying the word when you are being a good wife.
Yeah.
If you just, you know what? At the end of the day, you just say, let me make my man his plate, prepare his food, let him know I love him. I'm telling your husband, he's going, damn, you know what, man? I shouldn't have said that to him. Maybe I was too rough. Maybe. Right. right. Do your wifely duties. And you're going to win that brother over because he's going to say, damn, I do got a good one. You know, you talk to him, let him know, you know, I still love you, this, that, and the third. Do the things you're supposed to do as a wife. You know what I'm saying? It's a very easy thing to do. But it's hard because we dealing with the flesh and our pride. You know, so woman, really harp on that, man. You can save your marriage by just a conversation. Just a conversation. You know what? You're going to be saying the things the man wanted you to say. That's just, dang, you know, this sister understands. Because men, we move with our actions. Right? Woman, you know how sharp your tongue could be. And what you got to build your house up and protect your household with it. Protect your marriage, right? Now give me Ephesians 5 and verse 24. Right? Just read 24 to 25.
Ephesians 5, verse 24.
Yes, sir.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 24. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything.
So be subject to your husbands.
Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it.
So, you know, we've been talking about the wives, but, you know, brothers as well, man. Don't be a lion in your house. You can't wait to rail your wives, man. You know, brothers notice, man, you talk to your wife like you in a damn Tyler Perry movie. You know, you that brother in the beginning of the movie just, oh man, I can't stand you. I hate you. You know, you can't wait to go off on your wife. You know, we got to have patience. Even as Christ, Hamashiach also loved the church. Did not Christ have patience with us? Did he not give us grace? Did he not give us this Bible and explain things to us? So we got to have that same spirit with our wives. You know, speak good things onto them. Speak life into your house. Because remember, we're the hedge of our household. Right? We're the leaders. So if we're led astray, you start the argument. If this says the woman is the weaker vessel, you start a needless argument. You know, you say, oh man, you know, why don't you do this, that, and the third? Understand, you know, our sisters are also going through things in the flesh, in the body. So you don't take that time to have counsel with your wives as well and understand where she's coming from. Not saying be a simp, but be a husband, right? And there's a big difference on that, right? Final precept, give me John 6, 67. Right, I'm gonna end it with this. We're gonna read the verse 70. Right, put it in the red letter.
Okay.
Put it in the red letter.
67.
We're gonna read the verse 70.
John 6, verse 67. Then said Yahushua unto the 12, will you also go away? Then Simon Peter answered him, Lord, to whom shall we go? Thou hast the words of eternal life.
So this Bible, man, will you leave the truth because the words of eternal life are condemning you, right? Making you self-reflect? Will you do like what the other disciples did? And oh man, you know what Yahushua is asking me to do, man? He said, what? So give my abundance up? He said, Christ called me wicked? Man, F that dude, man. I'm out of here, man. I'm gonna go join the Olympics. I'm gonna go put a toga on. Go serve Zeus. Today, this is your elders, you know, your brothers, they rebuking you. And it's, yo, man, like you can't take the heat, right? These are the words of eternal life that we should be speaking to one another. Read on.
Verse 69. And we believe and are sure that you are that Christ, the Son of the living God.
So we are sure that we are the Israelites, that he is the Lord of Lords, the King of Kings, and the Son of the Most High God, our Savior. Read on.
Yahushua answered them, have not I chosen you 12, and one of you is a devil.
So look at that, man. So are you going to be the devil in your camp? Are you going to be the devil in your camp? Read the next verse.
Verse 71. He spake of Judas Iscariot, the son of Simon, for he it was that should betray him, being one of the 12.
So look at that, man. He was one of the 12. Just like in your camp, you could be an officer in your camp, a high-ranking member, and you're the one sowing discord and envy and strife and wrath. So, we got to examine ourselves in the truth, right? End the lesson with that. It's just let's be unleavened. It's just, and that's not just for 8 days. It's not just about Passover. I wear a fly garment, and I give everyone the mightiest salute. I eat the most lamb and I drink the most wine, and I make the best unleavened bread. It's about being unleavened spiritually. Are you doing the work? Are you loving brothers, exhorting brothers, doing what you need to do? Right? Anything else to say?
I'm okay.
All right. So with that, I want to give all praises, all honor, and glory to the Most High God Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shah. Shalom, Israel.
Shalom, shalom.